Imagine a place where your eyelashes freeze when you step outside. A place where the wind feels like knives on your face. A place where the sun sometimes does not rise for weeks or even months. In this world of endless snow and ice, life does not stop. People wake up every day and continue to work, eat, play and dream. This is the story of the Russian cold. A story of courage, patience and the human spirit. Stay with us till the end, and you will discover how people survive and live in one of the coldest places on Earth. Russia is a very big country. It stretches across Europe and Asia, and it has many different climates. But in the far north and in Siberia, it gets extremely cold. The most famous place is a small village called Oymyakon. This village holds the record for the coldest inhabited place on Earth. The lowest temperature ever recorded there was -71.2 degrees Celsius. That is so cold that metal becomes brittle and can break like glass. When we think of cold, many of us imagine snow and maybe a temperature around 0 degrees. But here, the cold is different. It is a cold that stops your breath and makes your bones ache. It is a cold that can kill you in minutes if you're not prepared. Yet people still live there. They have homes, families, schools, and shops. How is this possible? How do they not just survive but truly live? The answer begins with tradition. Many families have lived there for generations. They know the secrets of survival. They have learned from their parents and grandparents. They respect nature and they work with it, not against it. They know when to go outside, what to wear, what to eat, and how to take care of each other. In these regions, winter is not just a season. It is a way of life. It can last for more than half the year. The first snow can arrive in September, and the last snow may not melt until June. During this time, the sun can disappear for weeks. This is called the polar night. In some places, the sun does not rise at all for up to 40 days. Without sunlight, people can feel sad and tired. They miss the warmth and brightness. Many people use special lamps that give light similar to the sun. They sit in front of these lamps to feel better. They also decorate their homes with colourful lights and bright objects. This helps them feel happier and keeps their minds strong. The temperature is always below 0 during these months. Sometimes it can drop to -50 or -60 degrees Celsius. When it is this cold, nothing works the same way. Cars must stay running all day because if they stop, the engines freeze solid. Some people have small fires under their cars or use electric heaters to keep the engines warm. Walking outside becomes an adventure. Every part of the body must be covered. People wear fur hats called ushanka, thick coats, several pairs of pants, wool socks, and special boots. If you leave even a small part of your skin open to the air, it can freeze in a few seconds. Frostbite is very dangerous. It can destroy skin and even lead to losing fingers or toes. Food is another big challenge. In the extreme cold, food freezes very fast. In some places, people store meat, fish and vegetables outside because the natural cold is even stronger than a freezer. In fact, they use outdoor natural freezers to keep food for many months. Hunting and fishing are important. People catch fish by drilling holes into thick ice on rivers and lakes. This is called ice fishing. It is not easy. Sometimes the ice is more than 1 meter thick. Men sit for hours next to the hole waiting for a fish to bite. They drink hot tea or broth to stay warm. When they catch fish, they immediately freeze it outside. This frozen fish can last all winter. People also hunt reindeer and other animals. Reindeer meat is very healthy and gives a lot of energy. Fat is very important in these regions. It helps people stay warm. They eat meat with thick layers of fat, drink milk, and use animal fat in cooking. Berries are picked in the short summer and frozen for winter use. Some families make jams or preserve berries in sugar or honey. Bread is baked in large ovens. Because going to the store can be difficult, families buy or prepare large amounts of flour, sugar, salt, and other basic foods before winter begins. The home is the heart of survival. Houses are built to keep the cold outside. Many homes have thick walls, small windows, and strong roofs to handle heavy snow. Inside, there is always a large stove. In Russian, this is called a pechka. The stove keeps the whole house warm. Families gather around it to cook, eat, and sleep. Children often sleep on top of the stove or very close to it. This tradition has existed for hundreds of years. The warmth from the stove is not just for the body, but also for the soul. In the evenings, families sit together, drink tea, tell stories and sing songs. They play simple games or make small crafts. These moments bring people closer and help them forget the darkness outside. Water can be a problem in these places. Pipes can freeze easily. In some villages, there is no running water at all in winter. People must carry water from a well or melt ice and snow. Melting ice is hard work. It takes a lot of time and fuel. Every drop of water is precious, so people use it carefully. Schools and work continue even in the deepest cold. Children are taught from a young age how to dress properly and how to move safely on icy roads. Schools may close only if temperatures drop below -55 degrees Celsius, but this is rare. Teachers and parents believe that children must learn to be strong and brave. At school, children learn the same subjects as in other places. They study math, reading, science, and history. But they also learn about nature, survival skills, and traditional crafts. In some areas, children learn to hunt, fish, and build shelters. These skills are very important for life in the cold. Adults go to work every day. Some work in mines or oil fields. Others work in forestry, hunting, or fishing. Women often work in schools, hospitals, or small local shops. Many people have more than one job because life in the cold is expensive. Heating the house, buying warm clothes, and getting food all cost a lot of money and effort. Transportation is a big challenge. Roads are often covered in deep snow and ice. Snowplows work day and night to clear the main roads, but smaller paths stay blocked. Many people use snowmobiles or sleds pulled by reindeer or dogs. These traditional ways of transport are often the only way to reach remote places. Reindeer are very important animals in northern Russia. They provide meat, milk, and warm fur. They also help people travel long distances. In some areas, there are festivals to celebrate reindeer. People decorate the animals and race them. These festivals bring joy and colour to the long winter. Dogs are also important. In some villages, families keep strong dogs to pull sleds. The bond between humans and dogs is very strong. These dogs are treated like family members. They help people carry wood, food, and other goods. Without them, life would be even harder. Animals have a difficult time in the cold too. Farm animals like cows, chickens, and pigs need special care. They live in warm barns with thick walls. Farmers must feed them more food to help them produce heat. If the barn is too cold, cows stop giving milk and chickens stop laying eggs. Wild animals have their own ways to survive. Bears sleep through the winter in deep caves. Foxes and wolves grow thicker fur. Birds often migrate south before the worst cold arrives. But some birds, like the ptarmigan, stay and change their colour to white for camouflage. In the forests, animals fight to find food. Sometimes they come close to villages looking for something to eat. People must be careful when walking outside. Wolves and hungry bears can be dangerous. Celebrations and traditions are very important for the people living in the cold. In winter, they celebrate New Year and Christmas. In Russia, Christmas is celebrated on January 7th. Families prepare special food, decorate trees, and invite friends and neighbours. There are also traditions like Maslenitsa, a festival to say goodbye to winter and welcome spring. People make pancakes, sing songs, and burn a big straw doll that represents winter. Even though the weather is still cold, this festival gives people hope that warmer days are coming. Folk songs, dances, and storytelling are common in winter. These activities bring warmth to the heart. Grandparents tell children old stories about heroes and spirits of the forest. These stories teach lessons about bravery, respect for nature, and kindness. The body and mind both suffer in extreme cold. People must take care of their health carefully. Skin can crack and bleed. Breathing very cold air can damage the lungs. Many people wear masks or scarves over their nose and mouth. Exercise is important to stay healthy, but going outside is dangerous. Some people have small gyms at home or do exercises next to the stove. In schools, children do indoor sports. Doctors often tell people to eat more vitamins and drink special herbal teas to stay strong. Mental health is also a big challenge. The long darkness and isolation can make people feel lonely and sad. Some people fight depression. Families and friends try to support each other. Villages organize community events, concerts, and group activities to help people stay connected. When the sun finally returns, people feel great joy. After months of darkness, seeing the sun is like meeting an old friend. People go outside to stand in the light. They smile, laugh, and take photos. Children play outside for hours. The days become longer, and the snow starts to melt. But the cold does not disappear quickly. Even with the sun, the temperature can stay below zero for many weeks. The snow becomes soft and heavy. Rivers and lakes begin to melt, creating floods. Villagers prepare for this by moving goods to higher ground and repairing their homes. Summer is very short in these places. Sometimes it lasts only 2 months. During this time, people work very hard. They grow vegetables, pick berries, repair houses, and collect firewood for the next winter. Every family member helps. Even children work in the gardens and forests. Technology helps, but it cannot solve all problems. Some villages now have internet and satellite phones. This allows people to connect with the outside world, learn news, and talk to family members in other places. But during strong storms, connections often fail. Electricity is also a problem. In some villages, there is no stable power supply. People use diesel generators, solar panels, or small wind turbines. Heating is still done mostly with wood or coal stoves. Gas heaters are rare because it is hard to transport gas to remote places. People are creative and find solutions. They build greenhouses to grow vegetables even in cold weather. They make homemade tools and fix things themselves because there are no shops nearby. In many ways, they live like their ancestors did hundreds of years ago. Foreign visitors who come to these cold places are often shocked. They find it hard to believe how people can live in such harsh conditions. Visitors get tired easily, feel cold all the time, and miss modern comforts. But they also see the kindness and hospitality of the people. Guests are often invited inside to drink hot tea and eat local food. They hear stories and learn about traditional ways. Some visitors say they learn important life lessons: how to be patient, how to value small things, and how strong the human spirit can be. People in the coldest parts of Russia are very proud of their home. They feel a deep connection to the land and to each other. They believe that living in the cold teaches respect, courage, and wisdom. Visitors from other countries often cannot imagine how hard it is to live in these freezing places. When they first arrive, they feel excited. They see beautiful snow-covered forests and think it looks magical. But after a few hours, they start to feel the true cold. Their fingers and toes hurt. their faces become red and their eyelashes freeze. Even small tasks like opening a door or taking a photo become very difficult. Local people are used to helping visitors. They teach them how to dress properly. The most important rule is to wear many layers. First, a thin layer to keep sweat away. Then a warm wool layer. Then a thick jacket and snow pants. The last layer is a windproof coat. Good boots and warm gloves are very important. Guests often stay inside most of the time. They drink hot tea with honey, eat warm soup, and listen to stories from the elders. These stories can be about strong hunters, smart animals, or the spirits of the forest. Some stories are scary, some are funny, and some teach lessons about respect and bravery. In these places, visitors learn to respect the cold. They learn that nature is stronger than any person. They also see the warmth and kindness in the people's hearts, which is a big surprise in such a cold world. Technology helps, but it cannot solve all problems. Some villages now have internet and satellite phones. This allows people to connect with the outside world, learn news, and talk to family members in other places. But during strong storms, connections often fail. Electricity is also a problem. In some villages, there is no stable power supply. People use diesel generators, solar panels, or small wind turbines. Heating is still done mostly with wood or coal stoves. Gas heaters are rare because it's hard to transport gas to remote places. People are creative and find solutions. They build greenhouses to grow vegetables even in cold weather. They make homemade tools and fix things themselves because there are no shops nearby. In many ways, they live like their ancestors did hundreds of years ago. Foreign visitors who come to these cold places are often shocked. They find it hard to believe how people can live in such harsh conditions. Visitors get tired easily, feel cold all the time, and miss modern comforts. But they also see the kindness and hospitality of the people. Guests are often invited inside to drink hot tea and eat local food. They hear stories and learn about traditional ways. Some visitors say they learn important life lessons, how to be patient, how to value small things, and how strong the human spirit can be. People in the coldest parts of Russia are very proud of their home. They feel a deep connection to the land and to each other. They believe that living in the cold teaches respect, courage, and wisdom. Visitors from other countries often cannot imagine how hard it is to live in these freezing places. When they first arrive, they feel excited. They see beautiful snow-covered forests and think it looks magical. But after a few hours, they start to feel the true cold. Their fingers and toes hurt. Their faces become red and their eyelashes freeze. Even small tasks like opening a door or taking a photo become very difficult. Local people are used to helping visitors. They teach them how to dress properly. The most important rule is to wear many layers. First, a thin layer to keep sweat away. Then a warm wool layer. Then a thick jacket and snow pants. The last layer is a windproof coat. Good boots and warm gloves are very important. Guests often stay inside most of the time. They drink hot tea with honey, eat warm soup, and listen to stories from the elders. These stories can be about strong hunters, smart animals, or the spirits of the forest. Some stories are scary, some are funny, and some teach lessons about respect and bravery. In these places, visitors learn to respect the cold. They learn that nature is stronger than any person. They also see the warmth and kindness in the people's hearts, which is a big surprise in such a cold world. Holidays bring light and colour to dark winter days. New Year is the biggest holiday in Russia, even bigger than Christmas. Families decorate a New Year tree, exchange gifts, and prepare big dinners. On New Year's Eve, children wait for Ded Moroz, the Russian version of Santa Claus. He brings gifts and is always accompanied by his granddaughter Snegorochka, the Snow Maiden. Christmas comes later, on January 7th. It is celebrated with church services, special meals, and family visits. People sing old songs called kolyadki, and children sometimes go from house to house, singing and receiving small treats. Maslenitsa, also called Butter Week, is a fun holiday that says goodbye to winter and welcomes spring. People make many pancakes which represent the sun. They dance, sing, and finally burn a big straw doll which symbolizes winter. Even though it is still cold, these celebrations bring hope. They remind people that warmer days will come. In summer, everything changes quickly. Snow starts to melt, rivers begin to flow, and the land wakes up. Flowers bloom, and insects fill the air. Birds return and sing loudly. People work very hard during this short summer. They grow potatoes, carrots, cabbage, and other vegetables. They collect wild mushrooms and berries from the forests. These foods are preserved for winter. Fishing becomes easier because rivers are open. Men catch large fish, which are salted or dried to save the cold months. Houses and fences are repaired. Firewood is collected and stacked carefully. Some families build new barns or add new rooms to their homes. Children play outside all day, running, swimming, and exploring. Summer is a time of freedom and joy. But in the back of everyone's mind, there is always the thought of the next winter. Healthcare is another challenge in the coldest parts of Russia. In many small villages, there is no big hospital. There might be one small clinic with only 1 or 2 doctors. In serious cases, patients must travel far to larger towns. But in winter, roads can be closed and helicopters may not fly because of storms. People must be very careful not to get sick or injured. Doctors in these areas are highly respected. They often work with very few supplies and tools. They know old methods of healing using herbs, massages, and heat therapy. In some villages, there are no pharmacies. People make their own medicine using plants collected in the summer. Elderly women often know many secrets of natural healing. People also believe in strong spirits and old traditions for health. Some use special steam baths called banya to cleanse the body and soul. The banya is like a sauna but hotter and wetter. People beat themselves with birch branches to improve blood flow. After the banya, some even jump into the snow to feel fresh and strong. Climate change is beginning to affect these cold regions. Winters are becoming a bit shorter, and ice is melting earlier than before. Some animals are losing their natural homes, and hunting and fishing patterns are changing. People worry about these changes. They depend on stable winters to hunt, fish, and travel safely over ice. If ice becomes thin, it is dangerous to walk or drive on it. Old people say that they have never seen such changes before. They fear that traditional ways of life may disappear. Younger people are trying to adapt by learning new skills and finding different work. Some scientists come to these regions to study the melting ice and changing weather. They live with the villagers and learn from them. Together, they try to understand what is happening and how to protect the land and culture. Despite all difficulties, the people remain strong and proud. Their connection to the land and each other is deep. They learn to find joy in small things: a sunny day, a successful hunt, or a warm cup of tea with a friend. Many people say that the cold teaches important lessons. It teaches patience because you must wait many months for the sun. It teaches respect because you cannot fight the cold, you can only work with it. It teaches kindness because no one can survive alone. Children learn these lessons early. They grow up strong and independent. They understand that life is not always easy, but it can be beautiful in its own way. Winter sports are a special part of life in these frozen lands. While many people think of sports like soccer or basketball, here the games are different. Skiing is very popular. People use long skis to travel over deep snow. In some villages, children learn to ski before they learn to ride a bicycle. Skiing is not only a sport, but also a way to move around quickly when roads are blocked. Ice skating is another favourite activity. Rivers and lakes freeze so solid that people make skating paths on them. Children race each other and play games on the ice. Dog sled racing is a tradition in some northern regions. People train strong dogs to pull sleds at high speeds. There are big festivals where racers come from far away to compete. The bond between the dogs and their owners is very strong. The dogs are treated like family and given the best food and care. These winter sports bring excitement to the long cold months. They keep the body strong and the spirit happy. Art and creativity are alive even in the deepest cold. Many people make beautiful crafts during the long dark nights. Women make colourful clothes with traditional patterns. They use bright threads to decorate hats, gloves, and coats. These patterns often tell stories about family, animals, or nature. Men carve figures from wood or bone. Some carve small animals, hunting scenes, or symbols of good luck. These carvings are given as gifts or sold to travellers. Painting is also popular. Artists paint the snowy landscapes, the bright dancing northern lights, and scenes of village life. These paintings show the beauty and magic of a world most people never see. Singing and dancing are part of every celebration. Even in small homes, people push away furniture to make space for dancing. Songs often tell stories of love, bravery, or adventures in the forest. In these ways, art becomes a light in the darkness. It helps people share feelings and keep old traditions alive. education is very important in cold villages. Parents want their children to learn not only survival skills but also modern knowledge. Schools teach the same subjects as in big cities: math, science, literature and history. But children also learn local traditions, how to hunt safely, how to recognize animal tracks, and how to respect the forest. Teachers are respected community members. In small villages, one teacher may teach all subjects. They also act as mentors, helping children understand life beyond books. Some students dream of going to university in larger cities, but many return to their villages after studying. They bring new ideas and try to improve life while keeping old ways alive. During winter storms, when it is too dangerous to walk to school, children study at home. Sometimes they listen to lessons on the radio or read books by the stove. Parents help and learning becomes a family activity. Religion and spirituality play a big part in people's lives. In many villages there are small wooden churches with colourful domes. Inside it is warm and quiet. People light candles and pray for health, safety and good weather. Some families follow old spiritual traditions from before Christianity arrived. They believe in forest spirits and protectors. People leave small gifts like bread or milk near the forest to thank these spirits for help and safe hunts. At night, elders tell stories about magical creatures. One story is about a spirit who brings storms if people forget to respect nature. Another story is about a giant fish that lives under the ice and protects good fishermen. These beliefs teach people to be humble and grateful. The Russian cold is not just about numbers on a thermometer. It is a world of frozen rivers, endless snow, and long nights. It is a world where every day is a fight to stay warm and alive. But it is also a world of strong families, beautiful traditions, and deep love for nature. People here do not just survive. They live, they laugh, they celebrate, and they dream. Their spirit is as strong as the ice that covers their rivers. They teach us that even in the hardest places, life finds a way. So next time you complain about a cold day, remember the people of Siberia and the far north. Remember their courage, their smiles, and their warm hearts in the middle of the coldest winters. Thank you for watching this story of the Russian cold. We hope it inspires you to see the world in a new way and to feel respect for the power of nature and the strength of people.